And we're back right now. We're going to go courtside with Adam Ferguson for the Sooner Athletic Conference update.
Thanks, Rob. We got some more action tonight in the Sooner Athletic Conference. We have 4 more games. I'm going to take a second to tell you about them. The first one on the list is USAO versus number 11 Wayland Baptist. So Wayland Baptist is 14-2, and the University of Science and Arts in Oklahoma is 3-9. So you're looking at a little bit of a lopsided a game there, and Wayland Baptist has the advantage at home. The next game on the list is number 7 OBU, who SAGU just beat Thursday night in a big win, is going on the road at Oklahoma City University. It's not really that much of a road trip. It's kind of an in-state rivalry between the two, but Oklahoma City is 6-5, while OBU is 14-3. So look for a good game in that one in an in-state rivalry between those two teams. The next game on the list is MACU heads to Southwestern Christian in a game where MACU is 11-6 and Southwestern Christian is 5-8. Now MACU sits at the top as of right now in the Sooner Athletic Conference. They have a 4-1 record in conference, while Southwestern Christian has a 1-4 record. So it's a top of the conference game versus the bottom of the conference game. So look for another lopsided game tonight in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And the last game tonight is number 17 Texas Wesleyan at 12-3 going on the road to play St. Gregory's, who is 7-6. St. Gregory's was right here at SAGU last week, and they beat the Lions. While Marty Wilkerson, the top scorer in the nation, he averages 23.1 points per game. That is my guarantee of the week. I'm picking it up. Guarantee pick of the week. I'm picking an upset in St. Gregory's to beat number 17 Texas Wesleyan behind the play of Marty Wilkerson. In some sister school games tonight, we have Baker University at Evangel, Thomas University at Southeastern, and Concordia University at Northwest University. So good luck to our sister schools as they come out and play their men's basketball games this Saturday, today. Back to you, John and Rob.
All right, thanks, Adam. Appreciate that very much. Well, Lions up 3. Looking at some of your halftime stats. Field goal percentage impressive for JBU, 59%, John, 13 out of 22. Lions at 45%, which is not a bad clip, but boy, 59%. Impressive. 3-point field goals, almost as good for the Eagles at 53%. 4 out of 5 from the foul shot. How about this? Lions 9 for 9. There you see on the board there from the free throws. Rebounds pretty close, 16-18. Your thoughts overall from the first half? Yeah, we'll check back to John in just a second, actually. Some mic issues there. Rebound total 16-11 in favor of the Lions. Turnovers 8 for JBU, 4 for the Lions. Blocks pretty close, 1-0.
Right.
Assist 11 for JBU, 6 for the Lions. Overall, this has been a pretty tight game.
Lions had a great game.
A quick run, and then JBU responded. And it's going to go down to the last minute. You can just kind of feel it already.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, when you look at it on paper, you really feel like these two teams are very evenly matched. It's kind of strange in one way that they're two different styles. Although they both play real upbeat basketball, they play a fast pace. You don't have the line changes for John Brown that you do on the SAGU side of the ball, and that very well could be the thing that comes back in this particular game to bite John Brown and keep them from a win. Is how tired will they be, in the last minute of the game when they need a clutch 3 or a clutch 2-point shot. So those are the things to think about, and as we go through and we assess and as we see this thing unfold. Part of the fun of doing what we do, we like to project, we like to act like we know what we're doing, and maybe even predict outcomes. But this one's going to be tough to predict because both of these teams are very capable. They're very gritty, and they know how to win close ball games. So which one? Do you give the home team an advantage? Will that come into play? I'm sure that's going to help. We don't have a packed house here. It's so early in the semester. The word's just not gotten out. But by next game, I'm sure the sixth man will be the crowd. and it's not very impactful tonight, I guess. So John Brown should be thankful for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. They'd love to pick up a road win. They're 3-3 in the season, looking to improve to 4-3. Leading scores for JBU at halftime. You've got Pear with 9 points, Max Hofgardner, and Zach English, who's 3 for 3 from three-point land. Both have 9. For the Lions, Rashad Alexander off the bench. Actually, take that back. He did start. Rashad's got 11, and behind him with 6 each would be Jason Gentry and your man, Ramon Robertson. He's off the bench for sure.
Yeah. And, Ramad is going to thrive well in this real up-tempo type pace. And I would look for Coach to look for him to contribute a little more in the second half as well. He's still a freshman, so he's got those experience issues that he's going to have to fight through. And he's very capable as far as his skill set is. Is that mature enough, though? And that's the question. So, and where Rashad is he's a junior. He's got experience. He knows how to play. He knows how to keep calm and cool in the clutch situations.
Bench scoring 14-12 in favor of the Lions, and we are underway here. Second half of play.
In the three-point field, statistically in the first half, JBU was 58%.
Yeah, that's
53%.
very impressive. 58 from the field in general. And they've got the ball to begin play here in the second half. A little hop step and short off the front edge of the rim. DJ Fidel turned the ball, the outlet back out to the Lions. Gentry, quick, goes baseline. Shot missed, scramble for the ball. Adoy scrambles who else? He loves to pick up those loose balls. Quick pass over to Marcus Price, who lays it up and in. Could have dunked that, but chose to lay it up and in just to be safe.
Well, he was having to come off of 2 feet really quick, so that's a tough one to actually send home as a jammer.
Yami over to Hofgardner. English, he's got 9. Starters back in for JBU. DJ Fidel, he's stuck on 5 points, and he's in trouble. Gets it over to the wing, up to Hofgardner, who pushed Adoy. Adoy was asking for the foul, didn't get it. Maybe a little bit acting there, potentially.
Oscars are right around the corner, so he was trying to get his name in the hat.
In the hopper. Rashad Alexander looked off Price, finds Gentry on this curl screen, now into Price. Right side, turns faces man, back spin over to Alexander. On a yo-yo, now back into the paint. Well, he's fast. Marcus Price, 15-footer, in and out. Not a bad look. On up ahead in transition, it's Hofgardner. Rejected by Marcus Price. Get that stuff out of here, he says. And here come the Lions. Walter's been quiet until just now. Walter on the board, his first 2 off the glass. And he will probably get his 10-12 before the night's over. And there's a steal by Walter, at least a loose ball, but JBU able to pick it back up again. 3-ball, no good. Adoy, the long rebound, outlet to Gentry, on up ahead to Alexander. 2 dribbles, the shot, good! How about that, coast to coast? 2 dribbles, a 3-point shot, and Alexander elicits a timeout from JBU. Lead up to 8 in a big hurry. Alexander, he's got 14. The junior from Chicago, Illinois, averages 12, already beyond his average. The Lions up 8. And I tell you what, Jason Beckstead did not like what he saw at all and called a quick timeout just a few minutes into play, because this ball game is about to be broken loose. It was a 3-point lead at halftime. Now it's up to 8 in a hurry. And that's the kind of coach he is. He will definitely just try to shut down that quick surge. Of course, college basketball at this level is a game of surges. As you see, here's the shot from Hofgardner, the rejection, I should say. Now watch how many times the ball bounces. 1, 2. He's gone up ahead to Rashad, and he just pretty much stopped and popped. They wasted no time at all in getting that ball up in the air. A good, clean look. There it is from Alexander. It's all Coach Beckstead needed to call a TO, and the crowd on their feet, liking what they see at the Schaefer Center. Gentry back on the floor. Alexander, Walter, Price, and Alexander, should say Adoy. So same 5, and here come the Lions. On defense now, packing in a 2-3 to elicit some long-range shooting and see what the Eagles can do from long range. And there's a foul way away from the basket by your big man, 6'6" junior Marcus Price, called for a foul around the 3-point line.
Well, these guys they're really playing excellent defense.
There it is right there. All right, Oliyami. Over to DJ Fidel. Gets stuck, trapped in the baseline. Back out to Hofgardner. That's Brady. Brady. Oliyemi's got some space. Elects not to shoot. Boy, he gave up an 18-footer wide open. Didn't shoot it. Instead to Fidel, and Fidel whistled for a push-off. An offensive foul called against
And that's something that
Fidel.
You see Donnie Bostwick preaching over and over and over. Hold your ground. Play defense. Stay in there. Don't try to get out of the way of what's coming at you. Be tough. Be a man. You'll hear him just yell that out in practices, and just be a man and
Take it.
and take it.
Take it. Well, he took it. Walter now. He had 2 in the last possession. He spins his man, stops and pops. He's got 4, and he is starting to warm up. The senior from Garland, Texas, number 21, Walter, averages 15. He may be there by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Quiet first half, but he has got things going offensively now. Wide open shot from beyond the arc. It's good. The big man, Max Hofgardner, drains a 3-ball. He's got 14 on the night. The lead is cut to 7. Alexander works it right. Takes a screen off of Walter. Gets into the paint, stops. Great separation, and how about the nice touch?
Shooter's roll right
Ooh,
there.
Rashad looking fly on that shot. And now the Lions will stick with that 2-3 defense that kind of shifts up, like you said, to a man zone. They do match up at some point. And there's the double in the corner. And a whistle before the shot. Griffin Brady got the shot off, but a whistle away from the ball.
And as you see that double team down on the baseline, that was a little bit ineffective. Their spacing wasn't exactly right, even though the outcome worked into their favor to execute double team down on the baseline. You let the baseline actually be a defender as well. So really there's not 2, it's a triple team. And Marcus Price has to rotate over the top on that so they can create the effective trap.
Gentry up and underneath. Beautiful. Wonderful. Uses the rim as a blockade, as some help, as an assist.
Yeah, and that you gotta love to see that confidence when a player goes to the basket, just fearless.
And goes up on the other side, and now Gentry picks that pass off. Way up ahead, football pass to Feimster from Adoy, and Feimster finishes it off. And another timeout as Feimster and Adoy slap each other's hand on a great heads-up play by the big man. Looked up, saw Feimster tracing down, filling the right side of the lane. Hit him in full stride. Feimster collects, easy off the glass. Timeout JBU. Lions have extended the lead to 13. Lions had a 3-point lead at halftime. They've already put 15 on the board, opposed to just 5 for the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles come into this game at 11-6 on the year. Here it is again, the save by Gentry. Doesn't hesitate, throws up one dribble, stops, collects, pumps, lets the man pass. Textbook fast break basketball right there. Gentry, the Adoy, and Feimster, all 3 doing their job at the right time, at the right place. Thanks a lot, graphics team, for the X over my ladies pick. I assume the other 2 games are still in progress, or I guess if there's a check mark, I guess the game's over, but at least I'm getting dogged right now. So I missed the first one.
Yes, you
I'll
did.
own up to it.
And
The other two games were, I guess, waiting to
are there
see
no
some
check
final
marks
scores.
on the
I
other ones?
think
Are we
those are still
waiting?
in progress. We'll
Yeah.
wait and see.
And we want to encourage everyone watching to participate.
Eagles back with the ball. And Matthew Ledford checked into the game, as did Louder. And Whistle, check that, not Louder, it's Julian Erickson checked into the game for the Eagles.
Well, it looks like the defense knows that Fidel is dangerous, and they have really, made a strong effort to lock him down. And he is now, I see him as a player that's used to scoring, used to getting the ball, used to making his way. He's trying to create space, trying to create a gap where he can slash and pull up and score. So look to him to really try to make a difference. And either he's going to rise above the fray and just get a step faster and complete his scoring effort, or it's just not going to work out for him. Could actually bring the team down.
Great move. Slash into the basket. Adoy just took that all on his own from beyond the arc, took 2 or 3 dribbles, worked around the right side, laid it up and in. Lions up 13 again. Fidel in trouble. Out to Max Hofgarter. Looked good. Coming off, but a little short. Gentry on up ahead. He's got Feimster for 3. No good. Long rebound. Adoy and Fidel, some body contact, no whistle. Fidel will bring the ball across the timeline. Down 13, quick 3 off the glass. No good. Alexander in transition. He's got Gentry in the corner if he wants him. He finds him right through the wickets. Gentry complaining the ball went off JBU. And I don't think he's going to win that argument. 5, at least 4 new Lions check in. I think that was probably off the Lions.
Well, I'd look for JBU to make a push and run on this new line. That's a little bit the experience for this group is not quite as heavy.
As
and
Max
immediately
drains a 3, Hofgardner from the corner. He's got 17, and it is actually 5 new Lions, as we like to say. It's a line change for the Lions. It's Remington, Mitchell, Guidry, Feimster, Erskine, and Robertson. And a high bouncing ball off of a tipped attempted pass, and here come the Eagles. Fidel finds Hofgardner. Strong move, doesn't get the ball to roll in though. Good move, just missed the putback. And now Bostrick wants to call a timeout in transition, gets the ball across the timeline, calls a quick TO.
Yeah.
Why? You're up by 10. What's going on?
Oh, this is all about protect the ball, and just bringing this new group in. There's going to be a tendency to for them to just trying to get acclimated and aware of what's going on. This game is at a fast pace. He knows that John Brown is going to buckle down right now. So every player that's on the court, they need to act like they've been there and, well, quite frankly, perform and play like they've been through the scenario and situation, not like they've been sitting on the bench. So you can't get that letdown, that quick letdown that you normally get when you bring in a fresh group of players. It's a psychology type of game. So he's letting them know, hey, here's the situation. We're 10 up. Just like in the last game we discussed, you're up by 10. You've only got 10, 11 minutes left in the game. These guys are going to make a push on you.
Right.
You can't afford to let down. Play hard. Protect the ball. Understand what's coming at you. So, he's hoping to get a good 3 or 4 solid minutes out of this group that will not let down and let John Brown chip into the lead.
What do you make of Tyler Guidry actually coming off the bench last couple of games? What's happened there? He was, spotted up to be the starter.
Well,
season began.
I think you got to understand how Donnie Bostwick coaches basketball, and it's not necessarily about starters, and he does away with that idea. Yes, he'll put his experienced players out there as a starting team, but everybody has the same opportunity for the same amount of clock. It's not necessarily about starting, and it's about performing. So. When you have a second line, you don't want that second line to be depleted of experience. Tyler Guidry has a lot of experience, so he's the leader of the second line. And it's very important to have good, solid IQ and experience out there.
Tip drill there as we were talking about that, and Hofgartner comes away with it on the inbound. Keep it right here. And an errant pass, but hauled in by Erickson. Pass intended for Hofgartner. 18 in the shot clock. You need a bucket in a hurry quickly. And that's a nice inside pass. That's what happens when that zone gets spread out. You find a man wide open underneath. It's Matthew Ledford on the receiving end of that pass from Erickson. Lead cut to 8.
Well, both of these teams are just going to fight it out. This is going to be a slugfest. Each possession is going to be highly valued, and the teams are really going to focus.
How about Alexander? He's focused.
Yes, he is.
He's got 18. That one's inside the three-point line. A nice, good, smooth jumper. And there's one to return inside the paint. Max Hofgartner, he's got 19 now.
Yeah, you're going to see this battle, this war that is really starting to develop, and both of these teams are just going to go at it. And this is going to be fun, great basketball to watch.
Alexander off the pick from Marcus. He'll take it himself. And he is like in a zone now. Alexander again. Give that man the ball. Every time down the court. He's got 20. Hofgartner returns the favor. He does! It's Hofgartner versus Alexander.
It is,
the last 2 minutes of play.
It is turning out to be. These are the big players.
Woo!
These are your senior leadership or your more experienced players, the go-to guys.
They're balling, John. Here it goes again.
The ball.
Alexander looking for Walter, and Alexander just got shoved in the back of the head by Erickson. I think it was a measure of respect, but Alexander didn't take it that way as he got just shoved in the neck. And he's talking to the ref like, I just got shoved in the back of the face. You got to see that. As Erickson takes a seat on the bench. I think that was a measure of respect, though, for the players for hitting threes. Adoy to Walter. He's got 4, all in the second half. Alexander sets up shop again. From the right side, he's got Price if he wants him. Works around, back to Adoy. Looks at the 3. Pass to Price. Loose ball. And the refs are talking about it. It was actually a pass from Adoy to Price. It wasn't a shot. At least I'm buying it. I think it was a pass. What do you think?
Well,
it looked like a pass.
Yeah, it was a pass.
We're going to keep it right here with 1 second on the shot clock. You're going to have a real quick catch and release. Here it comes. Just a toss. Walter couldn't even really set up a form of a jump shot. Yeah, he just caught it, threw it up in the air. So get the ball back over to JBU. They're down by 7. That's nothing.
Bostwick calling for the fans, the jungle, to get active.
Hofgartner, another 3. And he is in his own kind of zone.
Yeah,
Max Hofgartner.
He's definitely
Money Max.
That's tough when you got your big man being able to step out and confidently and consistently make 3-point shots.
Max
what an
has
asset.
25 points. And let's take you down now quickly to Adam Ferguson. Adam?
Ready? Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Coach Frank Tristan. Now, for a long time, SAGU has known one coach. But now, for the first time in a long time, we have a new head football coach, Coach Frank Tristan. Tell us what it feels like to now be promoted from offensive coordinator to head coach.
It's really an exciting opportunity, and Coach Gotting's done an incredible job of laying the foundation for the program, and it's ready for success, and it's done a great job, and I'm just excited to be a part of it, and we got a great group of guys coming back, and I'm excited to see them progress.
Are you excited to get under the off-season stuff? You excited to get your players in the gym, working out, that sort of thing?
We're excited for Monday morning at 6 o'clock. We actually start at 5:54, and we want to take advantage of every opportunity we got.
What's with that weird time, 5:54?
Well, it's 6 minutes of separation. You only play 6 minutes in an actual game, and so we want to make a separation from all the other teams we play.
That's awesome. Well, what do you think about the basketball game so far that you've watched today?
It's fun to watch these guys. They're so athletic, and they compete, so it's always fun to watch them.
Well, congratulations on the coaching job. Good luck in the next season. Back to you, John and Rob.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, head coach Frank Tristan. He's going to be a fine head coach. Of course, Jesse Godding is staying on board to be athletic director, his role for several years, and it's just a good transition. Kind of glad to see both men really going to be excelling in their roles, in their full-time roles as AD for Godding and head coach for Frank Tristan.
That is fantastic. I'm so happy to see keeping it in the family in this way. Godding brought Frank Tristan here knowing that that this was probably going to be the scenario for him.
Walter with the steal. He may go coast to coast. Gives it up to Rashad, who's hammered going up. That's Samuel Oluyemi. Will that be whistled as an intentional foul?
Oh, no.
Well, the crowd wants it. That's why I'm saying you can hear the crowd moaning for an intentional.
The crowd wants a lot of things. The crowd wants wings. The crowd wants tacos. The crowd wants a win, of course. That's the advantage of having home, your home court.
And Rashad sinks that one.
Very solid from the free throw line. Rashad Alexander is very solid basketball player. High IQ, big ability,
22
very
points
clutch.
now. Lead up to 6. The problem for the Lions are you can exchange 3 for 2 all night long. Max Hofgarter's draining threes left and right. We're getting 2 down the court.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whistle before the timeline.
So what you see right now is developing a full court perspective. It's, as you may have heard us talk about, it's more of a token full court, just letting you know, hey, the pressure's going to be here, and we're not going away. Now we sink back into half-court man-to-man option, and this is what you play down the home stretch.
9 minutes remaining, just under 9. Long shot, rebound, and we'll go back over to the Lions.
And I would say that that was an anticipated call right there. It's probably a bad call, unfortunate for JBU. That was a good hard play going after the ball. Normally, you see that up for grabs. That's a 50-50 ball, so you let them play it out.
Rashad works left, finds Walter. Over to Gentry, inside the Price. Turns squares.
He usually shoots that.
Back inside, loses the handle. Ripped out of bounds. Last touch by DJ Fidel. We'll keep it right here. Fidel leading scorer for the Eagles. He averages 19 right now. He's got 7, so really doing a good job here on clamping down on Fidel all game long.
You can see what Coach Boswick preached in practice. They were not going to let their leading scorer get out of control in this game.
Rashad works through front court defense while Walter takes care of business at the other end. Walter's got 7, his first 3 of the game.
Jonathan Walter knew he was going to make that shot before he even got the ball.
Now, what makes you say that?
Well, because he walked into it. You saw he caught it with confidence.
Alexander, why not 2 more? The feed from Gentry. Excuse me, John. We have got some more play here. Go ahead, continue your thought about Walter. Why you feel like he was in the
confidence
zone.
there. He was coming off a pick. He knew that ball was coming to him, and in his mind, he had already shot it before he even touched it. He saw it.
The lead is 11. Lions slowly pulling away. Do the Eagles have a response? We'll keep it right here. Ball out of bounds off of Gentry. 7:40 remaining. Lions look to improve to 3-2. A loss would drop JBU to 3-2 and create even tighter logjam, like I said in pregame, with those 6, 7, 8 teams in the middle of the conference. I think you've got one team. I think McHugh is at 4-1, and almost everyone else is basically 3-2 or 2-3, John.
That's right. And that's just the indication of this conference is a great conference to play in.
English has got 3 for 3 from three-point land. He's got the ball now, shadowed by Erskine. Here comes the double in the paint. Back over to Brady, and he is fouled well beyond the three-point line. He'll go and shoot 3. Griffin Brady, the junior from Salt Lake City. As he landed, it looks like that was Alexander. Now that was actually Marcus Price. Marcus Price getting out there playing some perimeter defense. Whistled for the infraction. First free throw is no good. Missed the first one. Griffin Brady actually averages 12 a game. Makes the second one. He's got just 3 points on the night. So another player who averages double figures that the Lions have done a great job of clamping down on. Third one is good. So he hits 2 out of 3. The lead is back to 9, nearing the 7-minute mark. Walter's got 7 now. He's getting closer to his average. The senior, will he take over? Gentry, he can make things happen. Spins back, loses the handle, shoots an 8-footer, misses it. Talk about why those shots are so tough. It's not that you're not open. It's just a difficult shot. Is it the body control? Is it?
Anytime you're moving and you're having to adjust in the air, you're now taking away a lot of the mechanics that you're used to, and it's hard to make those adjustments.
Hitman went off the front of the rim. Walter with a long rebound. Will push it up himself across the timeline. Under 7 remaining. Over to Gentry quickly into Adoy. Turns, spins. He loses the ball. Stripped away. Here come the Eagles. Fidel. Over to English. Back to Fidel. Gave up the 3. Into the paint. Whistle. Foul on the Lions. It's going to be Drew Erskine. Whistled for the foul. Drew, a junior out of Centenary College, a transfer. As Jason Gentry will take a seat, Mitchell back in. Adoy will also check out.
Even though Fidel has not been a great part of the scoring regime tonight, you can still see where these players understand the role that they have, and they're still trying to get Fidel the ball and let him create. They know he can create, and they know he can score. And Hofgardner is the same way. So you're seeing a good distribution between the high and the low game. And, they're going to continue to run that. That's worked for them all year.
Alexander can't miss.
He just, you've got to scratch your head and go, well, when a guy's in a zone like that, what do you do?
I mean, they're not even hitting the rim, John. They're just like right in the middle of the cylinder. Coming off of Max's point inside, gave him 27. Alexander now returns 3 for 2. Alexander's got 27, and so does Hofgardner. Here it is again. Look at the release, the follow through, the flick of the wrist, squares his shoulders up, keeps his eye on the rim all the way through. When the ball comes down, it's like you just want to experience the shot as long as possible. You want to feel the moment. And Alexander is in no hurry to just walk down the court. He wants to feel it and enjoy it all the way through.
And he is he understands that about himself. He understands how to stay within himself, the confidence. He stays collected and cool just through the whole process.
Second free throw's good. Fidel. He's got 9. Lions have committed 7 fouls. They've put the Eagles in the bonus. The Eagles just committed 4 fouls, so they may need to keep an eye on that as the game gets closer. They need to put the Lions on the line. There'll be a few they have to give up first on the floor. And that one rolls out of bounds.
Off of Fidel's foot.
Fidel. Didn't say it went off Fidel. He'll be called. Checking back into the game is Nate Anderson for Hofgardner. The ball does go off Fidel. Walters will inbound with 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Off the back of Anderson, who just checked in, and that's
That
Just
is not
smart heads-up play.
That is not the first time we've ever seen John Walter do that. That's his thing. That's his.
Here comes Walter again. He's got numbers, 3-2. Finds Feimster, circles back around, got a wide open Rashard Alexander. Listens to his coach and says, settle it back down, recycle. But you talk about Walter, just a heads-up smart play.
He's just a high basketball IQ, knows what's going on the court at all times.
Feimster back out to Erskine. Under 5 to play. Lions up 10. Erskine for 3. Too strong off the back of the glass. Fighting for it was Mitchell. He's going to get called for the foul over the back. Turn the ball back over to JBU. Marcus Price set the check back in, as will Emmanuel Adoy.
Well, you can see right now JBU is not giving up. They're not going to go away. They're not going to lay down and just let SAGU win this basketball game. These guys are a little bit frustrated, a little bit anxious, but good teams will rise to the top, and I would expect that these guys are going to respond with a really hardcore effort here at the end, create some turnovers, create some good positive things.
Brady nails the first, cuts the lead to single digits, and now down to 8. Just a reminder to stay connected to all of our social media sites. You see there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Make sure you give us your guaranteed win. See if you can beat Adam and John and myself. I'm already 0 for 1 here, so you get a chance to at least beat me today. Adoy now finds Walter. 4.5 remaining, 17 in the shot clock. Walter for 3. Got it! Another Walter! He's in double figures now. We knew he'd warm up, and he does.
Responding with a big 3.
He's got 12. Average is 14, almost nearly 15. That's what seniors do. They just patiently wait to their moment, pick their shots. Hofgardner, he's now got 29. That's too easy right there. Way too easy.
He's a very good player.
For a big man, he's got really fast, quick-moving feet.
He really does.
Rashard now, shadowed by Oliami. Gets it inside to Walter. He's got the hot hand of late. English is on him. Works him inside baseline. 8-footer. Good. That was good. The moment it left his hands, you know it was going down, and Walters hit his average. 14 points. Lead up to 11. And his time responding. Who else? Brady. Brady's on fire. Griffin Brady's got 9 now. He averages 12.
So he's got one more 3 in him.
6'5" junior from Salt Lake City, Utah.
That's right.
Keeps the lead down to 8. 3:12 remaining. Now you're going to try to just milk some of the clock if you're the Lions. Rashard Alexander off the pick from Walter. Now Walter moves away, looking for the ball inside, and whistled for the foul away from the ball. A little offensive shove there, and Walter doesn't like that call one bit. Looking for position inside. It just got a little tough in there, didn't it?
It did, and that's what you expect. Coming down to the last minutes, guys still have fouls, so they're really willing to take the risk. They're going to play you harder, tighter, put a little more muscle on you, and see if you can respond.
Oliami, short pass inside to Hofgardner. Brady rises and delivers a downtown 3. Brady cuts the lead to 5.
These guys
78-73.
They're not going anywhere.
And the fans getting antsy here in the Schaefer Center. The lead was 12 earlier. Now it's down to 5. Gentry had a big three-point play against OBU with under a minute to play. Gets it over to Adoy. And this team upset number 7 OBU just 2 days ago, did the Lions, looking for another big win against a ranked ball club in number 17 JBU. Walter off Adoy's hands. He wasn't ready for it.
Well, there's a little momentum swing. JBU is definitely trying to capitalize off of some of these turnovers and missed opportunities by the Lions. Well, they are capitalizing. This will be a huge possession for the Eagles. So let's see what they can do with it.
Nearing 2 minutes to play in this game. Brady Spots up another three. That's tough. That may be the toughest shot I've seen all night.
Well, he feels it in his hand. He doesn't care if someone's hanging on him. It's right here in the mechanics, and he feels it. It all feels really good. This is the push that we expect a good team like JBU to make. Now, you find out what kind of team you are is how you respond. At some point, you've got to be able to stop the bleeding and say, this is our home court. This is our game. This is what we do. We win. We win basketball games because we're tough. So that tough defense is going to have to respond here.
There's the second three. It listed the timeout, the quick timeout from Bostwick.
So as you see, one of the defensive adjustments that JBU has made is they put Olayemi on Rashad Alexander, and they said his coach said to him, "I need to know exactly what his breath smells like."
What kind of gum is he chewing, right?
And he reported back, "I can tell you confidently in this huddle, his breath smells really stanky." Because he's done a great job in the last 5-6 possessions. We've noticed that Rashad's just not been available to make or have any kind of lane available to do it, and that's because everywhere he goes, Olayemi is right there.
And he's on him right there. And he's set back to play. He is all up in his grill.
And they're going. And SAGU's going to need to do that for Brady. And I don't know that you can leave Hofgardner open in a clutch time like this either. He's hot as well.
14 of the shot clock. Price.
Look
for
at that.
Guard.
Look at Olayemi, man. He's just shut. He's locked down, shut down defense.
It over to Adoy for three. No good. Long rebound.
Who else?
Play on.
Who else?
It's
John Walter.
Walter with the biggest offensive board of the night. Puts the Lions up by 4. Quickly at the other end. Olayemi gets the whistle as he goes up strong. He'll get the foul. He'll go to the line. But how about the shot from Adoy, not sure about. But how about the offensive board from Walter? Here it is again. The shot from Olayemi will get him to the line. Adoy called for the foul. Jonathan Walter, big-time player, big moments, delivers again. He's got 16 now. What else? He had none at halftime.
Well, the shot clock had run out, and he just stayed in there, determined to get the rebound. He got a good bounce, and he followed it in and knew what he had to do.
Second free throw is good. And the lead is cut to 2. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Alexander's got 27, finds Walter. He's on fire now. He's got 16. Rashad works around the elbow, into the paint, spins, turns, nowhere to go, finds somehow in the air, finds Adoy in the air. Like he hung in the air for about a second until he found the man.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Under a minute to play. High screen pick from Adoy. Pass to Marcus Price. Oh, lays it up and in! Rashad Alexander with the biggest assist of the night. And a timeout on the floor. Woo! Alexander sends it over to Price. Price puts it off the glass. The lead back up to 8, or back up to 4. 82-78. And now 35.2 remaining in the game. Of course, the shot clock's 35, so there's the putback, or the
let's see what this call is.
Shot from Price.
It looked like they're trying to determine did the ball actually touch the rim before the shot clock went off.
Well, if that's the case, then they might take this basket away.
They're talking about it, but there's
well,
no replay.
His hand, right? It goes off his hand.
It is. Well, it's got to hit the rim though. And it went in. It looked like to me that it definitely came out of his hand.
They're going to keep the basket. So here comes JB with some full court pressure from Adoy, and he'll hustle back. And now the Lions are in a flat out man-to-man. No, check that. They are still 2-3. They look like a man-to-man. Long shot from JBU no good, and someone's out of bounds, and the Lions are clapping. They're saying it is Oleyami, whose back was out of bounds off the missed shot
Here we go.
from Grady. And right there, his backside was out of bounds.
Looks like the refs
He
got it
had the
right
ball.
on that. That's a tough play to actually see.
And Matthew Ledford, a three-point artist, will check into the game for the Golden Eagles. He's a freshman from Flower Mound right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He averages 7. He can shoot the 3. The Lions have the ball with 23.8 left and a 4-point lead. How soon do you foul, John?
Immediately.
Go for the steal first?
Well, you're going to go for the steal no matter what, but because you don't want an intentional foul. Yeah, this is going to be immediate. I would be surprised if they don't foul like on the inbounds play itself.
And they're going to foul Marcus Price. And that's Max Hopgartner on the foul. That's just his second foul. And here's the thing I mentioned a few moments ago. They're not in the bonus yet. So that just chewed up another second. They'll have to do it 2 more times.
Which in a situation like this actually works to the advantage of SAGU.
Absolutely.
You get every half second that you get to tick off is closer to that win. And it's a hold.
A hold
Erickson.
Before the ball was inbound. So that's a quick way to save a second if you're JBU.
I'm not sure why he's fighting for not fouling, but no time off the clock.
Caleb Ammons will check in for DJ Feidel. Walter inbounds. Looking for help, Scott Adoy. Adoy tried to chase away from the defender, but he was hand checked, so that'll send Adoy to the line, as that's the 7th foul now for the Golden Eagles.
I disagree that you see this a lot in basketball. I disagree with that foul call there. There was really no impedance. He didn't check him. If anything, if you're going to call a foul, you got to call it an intentional foul, because Adoy didn't even have the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
The basketball got punched ahead, so it's not in his hands. So I think that's a no-call type situation, and we often see the referees call that because everyone in the crowd and the coaches expecting
it. Right.
But that's really creates an advantage for the defense on that.
Big free throws for Adoy here. He extends the lead to 5. Makes the first of 2. Good free throw shooter for a big man. Emmanuel Adoy looking to extend the lead to 6, and he misses it. But an offensive board from Jason Gentry, and the ball is still loose, and the Eagles come up with it. Look out, folks. They need a quick 3, and here comes the 3 from DJ Feidel. He drains it, and a timeout.
I'd like to see that in replay sometime, because it looked like his foot was on the line.
His foot may have been on the line. We may have a chance to see that again up here in the booth. Of course, they don't change it down low. Here it is again. Let's see if it was a 2 or a 3. Technically, that's going to be ruled a 3.
I don't think we'll see it from this angle.
I think he's well behind. Well,
it's hard to see right
from that line. It's really hard to see.
Yeah. It looks like he probably got in there and got it behind the line.
You see the referee's hand in the middle of your screen up for the 3, and then whistles it good.
But more than anything, what concentration, what focus by Feidel to dig deep and find that range right there. Not much time had ticked off the clock. That was a great quick shot, great quick set for him.
The lead is 2. Lions are in the double bonus.
And what great hustle. Here, Gentry comes away with the rebound. Great bounce.
And the ball gets free.
And you force a turnover.
And a quick 3 during all the scrum and the transition, and suddenly the Lions are holding on to a slim 2-point lead. Gentry back on the floor. Rashad Alexander, it's Walter, who else? Adoy, and Marcus Price. English Ammons, Ledford, and Erickson on the bench or on the court for the Eagles, as well as Feidel. And a whistle about a second into the play as he's going to send Emmanuel Adoy back to the line. He tried to get rid of it as fast as he could, but he was fouled before he was able to pass it back to Walter. Adoy.
Well, you got to hope for a miss here if you're John Brown. And a quick rebound. They still have a timeout left, so you want to grab a quick timeout so you can get a good set inbounds play.
You'd like to hit both of these if you're the Lions. Make them have a 2-possession game here. First one is good. Adoy extends the lead back to 3 with 9 seconds remaining.
Big free throw attempt here.
For a 4-point lead, and he misses the second one again like he did a moment ago. A chance to tie Eagles. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Here's the shot off the glass, and that's actually out of bounds. It hit the top of the backboard. Will be a turnover.
Well,
in the sense that it went out of bounds, I guess you could say it that way, and it's going to give the ball back to the Lions.
John
with
Brown got
0.7 left.
A great opportunity there. Feidel got a good look at it. If it would have gone, it would have tied the game up. And
they're going to call that game over.
Sent that into overtime. So great break for the Lions tonight.
Lions pull it out. A gritty win, 84-81. Had as much as a 12-point lead with about 12 minutes left. John Cookman, you said it. JBU wasn't going away. They didn't go away. They were right there in the end, and they made this as close as Bostwick wanted it to be.
Yeah, and I don't know if Bostwick wanted it to be this close, but well-coached game by Coach Bostwick and John Brown's new head coach. Great effort. These guys have gotten the most out of their players. This was a fantastic game. Hats off to John Brown University for making a big trip down here and having the energy, the courage to keep it close, keep it a great game. The fire department was outside with the hoses ready. This was, and let me tell you something. That was almost. I mean, that was a great shot by Feidel. Almost went in, and they got the look at it. These guys are very smart, and might not be quite as easy when SAGU makes the trip up to Arkansas.
We'll take a real quick break. We're going to try to track down our player of the game, Rashad Alexander. He had 27 points. We'll talk to him in a minute here with Adam Ferguson. Stay with us here on the SAGU Sports Network. And welcome back inside the Safer Center. Your final score 84-81. A large part of that due in part to the play of Rashad Alexander. And let's go down to Adam Ferguson standing by with the hot point guard. Adam.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with the junior guard Rashad Alexander. Now, you had 27 points and an incredible assist to Marcus Price to put your team up by 4 with under 40 seconds left. You've been named the player of the game. What's it mean to you get a win like this and be able to play like you did today?
It's a great win, man. Just coming off a 2-game losing streak, we beat OBU at their place, and we're on the streak now. We're just trying to keep it going.
You had a good game. Hope you keep it hot. Good luck rest of the season. Back to you, Rob.
A great game by Rashad. And honorable mention, you mentioned here during the break, to Jonathan Walter. Had no points, 0, a goose egg at halftime. Ended up with, I think, 16 or 17 points and really kept the Lions in this game in some key moments.
It's just the heart and soul of the SAGU line.
Final score, game 2, 84-81. The Lions win. The Lady Lions take a loss, so 1-1 as far as the Schaefer Center goes, but a quality win for the Lions over a tough JBU team. Now both of those squads will stand at 3-3 in conference play. The Lions actually take a break from conference play to play a non-conference game against Dallas Christian College on Monday. 2 nights from tonight. 6 o'clock, ladies. 8 o'clock, guys. Be sure to join us for that here on the SAGU Sports Network. And on behalf of my broadcast partner, John Cookman, my courtside reporter, Adam Ferguson, our amazing student crew, this is Rob Price saying so long from Waxahachie. Final score, 84-81. Lions win a big one. We'll see you next time. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.